The book of 2 Chronicles is one of the historical books of the Old Testament in the Bible. It serves as a continuation of the narrative found in 1 Chronicles and covers the history of the southern kingdom of Judah, focusing on the reigns of its kings and the importance of religious reforms and the worship of God in the temple. In this detailed explanation, we will delve into the key themes, structure, and major events of 2 Chronicles within a 1,000-word limit. Background and purpose. 2 Chronicles is believed to have been written by an unknown author, likely a priest or a Levite, and it was likely composed after the Babylonian exile. The primary purpose of the book is to provide a religious and theological perspective on the history of the Kingdom of Judah. It emphasizes the importance of faithful worship and obedience to God, as well as the consequences of unfaithfulness. Structure and key themes. The book of 2 Chronicles can be divided into several key sections, each of which highlights specific themes and events. 1. Genealogies and the building of the temple. Chapters 1 to 9. The book begins with a summary of the reign of Solomon, who built the magnificent temple in Jerusalem. This section highlights the importance of the temple as the central place of worship and the need for faithful observance of God's commandments. 2. The reigns of the kings. Chapters 10 to 36. This is the central portion of the book and covers the reigns of various kings of Judah. The following is a summary of some of the key themes and events in this section. A. The division of the kingdom. Chapter 10. After the death of Solomon, his son Rehoboam's harsh rule led to the division of the kingdom into the southern kingdom of Judah and the northern kingdom of Israel. B. Faithful and unfaithful kings. Throughout this section, the chronicler evaluates each king based on their faithfulness to God and the degree to which they followed the religious reforms of their predecessors. Faithful kings, such as Asa and Hezekiah, sought to remove idolatry and restore the worship of God. Unfaithful kings, like Ahaz and Manasseh, allowed idol worship and incurred God's displeasure. C. Revival and religious reforms. Several kings initiated religious reforms, most notably King Josiah. During his reign, the Book of the Law, likely an early version of Deuteronomy, was discovered in the temple, leading to a revival of covenant faithfulness. D. Temple worship. The chronicler emphasizes the importance of the temple and the proper conduct of worship there. The Levitical priests played a central role in this, and the organization of temple worship is detailed. E. Consequences of unfaithfulness. When the kings and the people of Judah strayed from God's commands, they faced divine judgment in the form of foreign invasions and exile. 3. The Babylonian exile. Chapter 36. The book ends with the account of the Babylonian exile, highlighting the fulfillment of God's judgment due to the unfaithfulness of the people and the failure of the kings to lead in righteousness. Theological and religious significance. 2 Chronicles is a theological and religious history. It underscores several key theological points. 1. Covenant faithfulness. The chronicler emphasizes the importance of fidelity to the covenant between God and his people. Faithfulness leads to blessings, while unfaithfulness results in divine judgment. 2. The role of the temple. The temple in Jerusalem is central to the book's message. It is the place where God's presence dwells and where his people are called to worship him. 3. The power of repentance. The book also highlights the possibility of repentance and revival. When the people and their kings turned back to God, he showed mercy and restored them. 4. Theology of history. 2 Chronicles interprets the history of Judah through a theological lens, seeing God's hand in the rise and fall of kings and nations. It emphasizes the idea that history has a purpose and is under God's control. Influence and legacy. 2 Chronicles, like the other historical books in the Bible, has had a significant impact on the religious and theological traditions of Judaism and Christianity. It has been used as a source of inspiration and guidance for understanding the relationship between God and his people, the importance of repentance and faithfulness, and the consequences of unfaithfulness. In conclusion, The book of 2 Chronicles provides a detailed account of the history of the southern kingdom of Judah, emphasizing the importance of faithfulness to God's covenant, the role of the temple, and the theological interpretation of history. It offers valuable lessons on the consequences of unfaithfulness, the possibility of repentance, and the enduring significance of the worship of God. Is this conversation helpful so far?